And then
Were you just dying? Were
I
you
was
just
dying.
looking, going?
I had the ick.
But
I
did
was
you
like,
say? Did you say to him, "What are you doing?"
no? Because
And then the camera comes in from the top and looks at this soup, and all my kids are like, "Oh my God, Mum,
Oh, no.
you can do that in your sleep. It's so embarrassing."
he was very taken by me.
Oh, of course he was. Oh my God.
I was at home with Chrissy, Victoria and Nicole.
Wait, Sydney Summer?
Sydney Summer.
Hi everyone, my name is Victoria Montano
And I'm Nicole O'Neill.
and we are missing one Chrissy Marsh today, which I think is quite poignant because not only are we doing Sydney Summer today, we are doing Sydney Summer Naughty and Nice, and I'm just relieved that we've got rid of the naughtiest one of the three of us.
I completely agree.
100%, right?
Yeah, because otherwise it would be naughty, nice and even naughtier.
Yes, naughty, nice and abominable.
Welcome everyone to another episode of At Home with Chrissy, Victoria and Nicole.
What better dish to do for a naughty, nice themed cooking show than chocolate chip cookies? I am dressed in white because today I'm going to give you, I'm not going to say healthy, but
Healthier.
healthier.
The nicer version.
Healthier chocolate chip cookie. And Nicole, because she is quintessentially bad to the bone, is going to give you the naughty one.
So I'm bringing you the famous Neiman Marcus chocolate chip cookie. Now this is an urban myth.
Wow.
The story goes that a woman was dining in one of the restaurants
I've not heard this.
with her daughter, and they loved the cookie that they'd ordered so much they asked if they could have the recipe. And as legend goes, they charged her $250 for the recipe.
Wow.
Now this has completely been demystified by Neiman Marcus. It never happened. But in honor of that story, they released the recipe of their chocolate chip cookie,
Gorgeous.
which I have got my hands on. So that's what we're making today.
And my chocolate chip cookie is just as exclusive. It's the Victoria Montano. No, I'm joking. I have taken a classic Australian Anzac cookie because we are doing Sydney Summer. Lots of beautiful oats, maple syrup, butter. I'm adding some coconut, more than usual. And my secret ingredient is dark chocolate that is salted. So dark chocolate with sea salt.
So let's start. So I will start with my KitchenAid over here. Now I'm mixing 125 grams of butter. I am mixing the brown sugar.
How much sugar? That looks like a lot.
Brown sugar is 1 cup
Wow.
of brown sugar. And then I'm mixing some
White
Caster sugar.
Caster sugar. Okay.
3 tablespoons.
This is really very sugary. I'm going to have to say that.
This is a decadent treat.
Very
This is
decadent.
very naughty. This is also a great recipe if you want to take someone a platter of cookies to a Christmas party, or you want to do a fun activity with your kids. This is also a great recipe to make ahead and keep in the freezer in a log, and you can slice it and put it in the oven.
Beautiful.
I love a cookie dough.
Yeah, I do too.
So you mix it till it's about light and fluffy for about 30 seconds. And then we add in 1 egg. The recipe will be on our website. And some vanilla. I love vanilla bean extract because you get the delicious beans in there that just have so much flavour.
And you think it's the brown sugar that gives these that really American consistency?
It's definitely the brown sugar.
Yeah.
There's also something quite comforting about brown sugar.
Definitely.
Okay. So that is done.
Do you want to come across to me for a second?
Okay.
I am going to go nice and simple, no mixer. We are going to do everything today with humble spoon. So I have melted my butter, 120 grams of butter here. I'm gonna pour it in. What I like to do is the wet ingredients first. So 120 grams of melted butter. I'm then gonna put in maple syrup. Reason for that is your butter could be a little bit warm and I don't want you to scramble your eggs. This is 1 cup of maple syrup.
That adds that nice earthy flavour.
It's an earthy flavour. I'm not putting sugar in, so that's gonna give it its sweetness. I'm gonna crack 2 eggs in. The reason I'm using 2 eggs is because it just needs a bit extra to bind the oats in an oat cookie.
The freshest eggs possible.
Yep. Oh, well. Peter, I hope you cut that out because I don't want anyone to know that I'm an amateur.
She claims that she can crack an egg with 1.
And I did it with 2 then, and I dropped then I'm gonna give that a really good stir, almost whisk just with my spoon. Probably better to use a fork from the start, but we only had a spoon next to me, so that's... No, I don't enjoy a whisk. It's fine, I'm happy.
I have a whisk one.
I'm
I
happy.
have a whiskey for you to enjoy.
Okay, so my wet ingredients are mixed together. Should I keep going, Nick, or do you want to cut back to you?
Okay, well, I will continue. In my bowl, I'm mixing my dry ingredients. So I've got 1 3/4 cup plain flour. Then I've got baking powder. Then I've got salt. And then I've got baking soda. Salt is... Why do you put salt in cookies? It gives it that...
It's a balance of
umami.
flavour. Yeah, it's a
It
balance
gives
of
it
flavour.
if it's too... It cuts the sweetness.
Cuts the sweetness, it balances the flavour. You know, when we add our chocolate chips to these recipes, I'm always banging on about salt and fat and blah, blah, blah. Cacao is actually what brings the sour. So when you're making a chocolate, exactly, when you're making a chocolate chip cookie, you can think of your chocolate shards as a squeeze of lemon juice.
Okay, so now I'm turning my mixer back on and I'm slowly dropping the flour into the bowl to mix it all together. That easy. While I'm doing that, Victoria, why don't you
Okay, so I've got 2 cups of quick oats. The reason I like quick oats is I like the consistency. They're a little bit smaller. I'm putting those straight into my wet ingredients. And I have got 2 cups of very finely desiccated coconut. That's fat, that's moisture.
I love coconut.
And I have a whole block of dark chocolate with sea salt. Tip that in.
So you could use any type of chocolate.
You could use any type of chocolate, but then put a pinch of salt in. I'm not going to add the salt because I've got the sea salt in the chocolate. I'm going to give that a really, really good mix. Just simply with my spoon.
Here we have a delicious dough. That's the base for our cookie dough. Oh, it's delicious. I love raw cookie dough. So I've taken a block of Cadbury Dairy Milk. Actually, this is 2 blocks, but I won't use the whole thing. And chopped it and chilled it. And now I will put it in. And it's basically, see how much you need.
Delish.
And give it a good mix. And there you have it. I like using odd-sized pieces of chocolate. I also like using Cadbury Dairy Milk so that when you bite into it, you get that ooziness of the chocolate. You can also add pecans or nuts to this. My kids seem to love it just like this. This was a treat that I'd often make for the girls while they were studying for their exams. I actually haven't made this in a long time. I think I almost got OCD from cookie dough.
Okay, you can see now my oat mixture's quite firm from the eggs. I'm going to start using my hands at this point. They don't spread out like a normal cookie. So the size that you put is literally the size that it's going to be. So just think about that when you do it.
So, I am now going to start with mine. Now, if you want to be consistent with your sizing, I like to take an ice cream scoop.
Wow, that's fancy.
It's very fancy pants. But today we are just flying by the seat of our pants, Victoria.
That's exactly how I like to cook.
Yeah, because I'm the naughty one today.
Shivers, I should be measuring. I'm supposed to be good.
I know. So you want them roughly the same size so they all cook
At the same time.
at the same time. So I like to spread them out because later I'm going to go with a fork and squash them down. Okay. Do you eat a lot of cookies, Victoria?
Well, I do this a lot, this exact recipe that I'm showing you, not as cookies. I do it in a tray like this,
Yep.
and then I cut it into homemade muesli bars for the kids.
So you do it into a
Into a square.
like a
I fill the whole square up and then I cut them up.
and is that what you send them to school with?
I mean, look, not all the time, guys. Don't get excited. I'm not that perfect, but yes, I do.
What a treat. See, you've got an odd piece of cookie there. I just love that. So once you've done the cookies, you've rolled them out in a ball. I just take a spoon and I slightly push them down. So the chocolate might get in the way, but just work around it. Make sure they're spread out because they will spread
They will
out.
expand.
They will expand. There's a lot of chocolate in these. I like to take a little bit of salt
Beautiful.
and give it a sprinkle.
Gorgeous. I might do the same. Do a tiny bit for me too, Nick. Last minute addition to recipe as we go.
That's the thing about cooking, don't you think? You
Yeah,
just
well,
sort of
just such a great idea.
feel it and
Now, another thing you can do here for this saltiness in my recipe, if you want, is just add 2 tablespoons of peanut butter to your wet mix in the beginning.
Delicious. Crunchy peanut butter.
So here we have it. Naughty and nice.
But these are nice too, they're delicious.
They're nice to eat, but
They're very
they're for naughty, naughty gals. We're going to get these in the oven and we are then going to sit down and talk about times that we may have been naughty. Unfortunately, Nicole's got no stories. I have got lots.
In the oven for 160 degrees for about 15 to 20 minutes, you know your oven.
And mine is in the oven at 220 for 15 minutes.
In we go. Okay, Victoria, I'm on the bottom. Minutes. How long?
15.
15.
Oh.
Out of the oven, leaving them to cool now. Just perfect.
Okay.
Thanks. Okay, let me just show one with the cookie. Delicious.
Mine doesn't break like that. Should I try it anyway? Very nice. Tastes American. Really tastes American. Sydney summer and naughty and nice.
Well, let's see. We've got our cookies here. We've got our coffee. This is a single shot iced black. It's not a soda.
I'm getting
There's nothing naughty about this. It's just a shot of espresso with ice and water.
my English breakfast tea.
So we've got our chocolate chip cookies, the naughty and the nice version.
I'm gonna have a nice version because I already tried your naughty version. Will you go halves with me?
Okay. What did you think?
I thought it was beautiful. Well, I do have a little bit of melty in there.
Yeah, you do.
I mean, right?
These are delicious.
No, this is even good for breakfast with
Yeah.
a coffee.
It's got good roughage.
Yeah, exactly. So, Nick,
It's good fibre in here.
in your lifetime,
Yeah.
in the 43 or 44?
45.
In the 45 years you've been alive, have you ever been naughty?
Sure, if you ask my mother, I've been very naughty.
I want to hear it from you. Come on.
I think I was quite compliant as a child. I think I was good. I think I became defiant when I was 18 and I met this boyfriend in Lebanon and I wanted to give up my uni and go and live in Beirut.
Oh my God, that would have been so fun.
I think I was very defiant. I think my parents were horrified that I was going to throw away my education and everything for a boy. I think that was my rebellious stage. But I finished my degree and then I did go and spend some time over there, which I love and I'm forever grateful for that opportunity.
Yeah.
But I haven't been, I was married at 24.
There's been no time to be naughty.
I wasn't a wild child. You know, it's funny because I didn't love going out. I love the idea of going out, getting dressed up, doing my hair and makeup. But then I'd go out and I didn't love drinking. I'd go out and have a good time and then I'd be ready to go home and go to bed.
Yeah. Well, in
about
contrast, in stark contrast, I'm bad to the bone. Let's go through. I mean, I'm probably every parent's worst nightmare. So, what can I say? I had a tattoo at 16.
Did your parents know?
No. Got suspended for smoking.
No. Did your parents know, obviously?
Obviously, they got called. Oh, I mean, so many things that are illegal, so I can't tell you what they are. But really naughty. And I still feel like I'm still naughty in my heart.
You're naughty, but you're not wild.
I'm not wild.
Often you and I have been out for dinners and you'll be like, okay, it's 10 o'clock now.
No, I've got
going
too
to
much
bed
to
now.
do. I've got too much to do to stay up late partying. But, you know, like my mind goes to some naughty places.
Like, I can't visualise you just letting your hair down and having a good time because I've never seen that side of you, I don't think.
Yeah, so, I mean, if that's naughty, then I'm nice. Because if that's how you, if that's
What
the
would be
measurement.
something naughty that your children would do that you would classify as naughty?
I don't know, nothing. I feel like my parents were so strict.
Yeah, see, my parents were.
And
My
that's
mother
why.
is Swedish. I had a very
And that's
liberal...
why you went. I rebelled and was naughty like all the time because my parents were super strict. Like I wasn't allowed to go to the movies. I wasn't allowed to have
Did you have
male
alcohol
friends.
at home?
I mean, we had wine at the table with dinner, but you weren't allowed to sort of overdrink. You know, like when the first boy called my house, Sandy Scanlon. Hi, Sandy, if you're watching now, thinking of you. I remember it was in the day where you had the house phones, right?
Yeah.
So you had multiple house phones, and Sandy Scanlon rang and said, "Hello, it's Sandy Scanlon. Can I please speak to Victoria Montano?" Oh, he probably didn't say my surname. To Victoria, and my dad said no, and hung up the phone.
Oh my goodness. Oh,
you know,
poor boy.
so strict. He also threatened to kill. My father actually threatened to kill my first boyfriend, Michael Turner. Hi, Michael Turner.
Oh my goodness.
How are you? I'm glad that you're still alive. I'm sure you're married with children now. So I think I rebelled because I had a really strict household. So maybe that's why you were such a good girl.
I mean, my mum was very relaxed.
Yeah.
And I think having that, you know, the fact that she, you know, as long as we were transparent and honest with her, we were, you know, nothing was off limits. Like I didn't even need a curfew because I just wouldn't abuse.
That's amazing.
Any freedom.
Like I had serious curfews.
Oh no, I was like, I mean, I remember like my mum would be like, "Are you home already?"
Yeah, right.
Didn't I just drop you there?
Look, I obviously wouldn't, I have always smoked. I've recently quit on the 3rd of June. Probably the only, like I'm happy for my children to try a cigarette, but probably the only thing I wouldn't want them to do is to smoke because I don't want them to die.
What about piercings and
No,
tattoos?
I have no problem. I pierced my own nose. I pierced my own belly button. I have 3 tattoos. I don't have a problem with that stuff. I just don't want them to be in a dangerous position. That is like,
yeah.
I'm open to everything, but please
Drink
stay alive.
driving.
I don't want them to drink drive.
No.
You know, I'm happy for them to drink, but
Be responsible.
Be responsible.
Be responsible when you're out.
Yeah.
I know, and that's funny because a lot of people are shocked that my girls were never allowed to sleep over. My girls had never slept the night at anyone's house just because that was the rule in our household. And, you know, I've run into people in the last 6 months and they're like, I can't believe, I mean, your girls were the girls that were never allowed to sleep over. We just thought you'd never let them out of the house. They were allowed out of the house. And you have literally sent them to the other side of the world to be on their own. But in my opinion, I felt, Adam and I both felt that they were ready.
Yeah.
And I think that that's the thing with children is that as a parent, you know your child and you know when is the right time to expose them to things. We always had alcohol at home. It was never locked up. It was never a taboo. You know, when they turned 18, I was happy for them to drink. I was happy to drink with them and you know, experiment because you don't know how much your body can take. You don't know what you can do. And I think that if you're honest and transparent as a parent and, you know, learn with them and nothing surprises you, I think that that's really important. And I think they've learnt and taken some really important lessons with them overseas and they're living by example.
Yeah.
And I see Nawal and Neve and they're at wild parties and they're having a great time and they're transparent. They're sending me photos and they're loving it. But, you know, that's what they should be doing as teenagers. That's what they should be doing at college.
I think being naughty and not nice as you grow up is a rite of passage, okay? So, yeah, I don't really have any boundaries about what they can and can't do, other than what we spoke about before, about being safe. But ultimately, it's your children's comfort levels in being honest with you and not thinking that every single thing is taboo. That will enable them to be able to call on you when something goes wrong. So I think that's the most important thing, you know?
I agree. It's funny because I read a letter that a father wrote to his daughter when she was going off to college. And it was like, Dear X, please keep this letter as a reminder that no matter what happens, you can always call me and I will help you and get you out of try to get you out of whatever situation you're in. Nothing is so bad that we can't solve it together.
100%.
And if I ever forget that and lose my temper, show me this letter as a reminder that everything is going to be okay.
That is amazing.
And I thought what a wonderful thing to give your children.
No, that's perfect.
When they go off. You know, you can say it and say it and say it, but to actually write it down and send it to them, I thought that was, you know, that was
100%.
really nice.
And I think, you know, in closing our naughty and nice episode, I think the lesson for, you know, Nicole and I today and everything that we've discussed as parents, and lots of us who are watching this now are parents, it's just about your kids knowing that there is always some hands there to catch them when they fall. Nothing is so naughty that they can't communicate with us, other than these Neiman Marcus cookies, which are absolutely absurd. Let's have another one.
Cheers to that. You know who's naughty? Rocket
Yeah,
O'Neill.
he needs to be on the show.
Rocket O'Neill, come on. Show everyone how naughty you are. Come on, Rocket.
No, he's looking at the cookies.
I know, and he's looking at me thinking, come on, Rocket, come on. Come on.
You're not getting a cookie.
You're not getting a cookie. Yeah, you're naughty. You are naughty. He's had his stomach pumped 13 times.
13 times?
And he's 6. He's gone and eaten so much stuff that he shouldn't have. Chocolate and look at him. No.
There was like so many things I couldn't talk about then because I've done so many illegal things. I was like, naughty, shit, I'm bad.
I mean, your poor parents.
I know.
I wonder if any of your,
Sucked in.
I wonder if any of your children are going to be that naughty
No,
back.
because I'm so relaxed.
I know, but still, like,
They won't.
if you get a call, hello, Mrs. Angela Ma, this is the Rose Bay Police Station. Just calling to let you know that I've got your daughter here.
I'll be like, who's Mrs. Odilo Ma?
It's my mother-in-law. Call her.
Call her.